All right. So, I've had something on my mind for the past little while. Like many of you, when I first got into the car hobby, I was absolutely obsessed with babying my car. And after a few unsavory interactions with some local shops, I vowed to do all the work on the maintenance and the modifications of my car, at least as much as possible. For the first couple of years, this worked out really well. It was a good decision. I learned a ton about working on cars, dealing with performance modifications, power modifications, suspension, all the jazz. And if I'm being honest, a lot of times it was quite a therapeutic experience. You know, on a good Sunday afternoon, you throw on a podcast and just let your mind relax and let it drift. But with many good things, there's an ugly side to it. And the ugliness to this was that I became obsessed with the condition and the state of the car. Every time I'd park in a public lot, I'd be checking the side panels after I get back to the vehicle. I would constantly be looking for new paint chips on the hood. Simply, this just became a form of material worship for me. And as sad as it sounds, there were days where I knew that my general mood was just so impacted by the state of my car, whether things were just right. But life goes on, and I've taken on additional responsibilities. My family has expanded, and the things that matter most to me have changed. But I still love cars. And what started as this mental preoccupation with building this car as an object has expanded now to prioritizing experiences. I'm always looking for the opportunity to be at the track, doing track days, doing HPDEs, doing endurance racing with all the friends that I've made along the way. What was once enjoyable tinkering on the car now is the impediment to enjoying the experiences that this car enables. And I remember sometimes it got downright depressing being in the middle of winter, working on your back, chasing an exhaust leak, fighting back nausea from the fumes, from the blood rushing to your head. And yeah, those are not times that I want to go back to. So where does that leave me? Now, I know it's not for everyone, but if you're a track enthusiast, I highly recommend that you develop a partnership or a strong relationship with a local performance shop. When it comes down to it, it's an exercise in letting go. And you might say, no one's gonna care more about my car than I do. And I don't doubt that. I don't fight that for a minute. But the question that I would challenge yourself with is, should you care as much about your car as you do? And don't get me wrong, I'm as OCD as they come. But I found that letting go of these little things has enabled me to experience this car hobby far beyond what I imagined years ago. By letting go of the little things, it now enables me to go and do endurance racing all weekend long with friends that I've met along the way. And now we participate in wheel to wheel. How crazy is that? And the irony of it all is we rarely drive our own vehicles anymore. It's become a communal experience with team-owned race cars where everyone pitches in and everyone's working on the car together. We celebrate the wins, but we also savor the losses together. So where do you find these performance shops that you can trust? Well, truthfully, it's not easy. It's a little bit like dating. You may not find the right match or the fit first time around, second time around, but I'm sure you'll find a shop that's willing to take you in where you feel right at home. But what I do know is that you will find these shops at your local track. It's pretty much the best test to see if they're just as enthusiastic as you are, because it's a big investment for shops to show up at the track, especially on competition weekends. It's almost certain that they're leaving revenue on the table to be there because they're just as hooked as you are. Now, of course, I still wrench on my own cars, but nowadays it's on my own terms. Sometimes you just can't avoid doing that middle of the night transmission swap in the paddock just to get the car running and racing again in the morning. So I leave you with a little bit of encouragement. Let other people in. Let go of the little things. Focus on the big picture. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. It's hard to stand up. Ugh.